On to Bellew of the Weeks, and shall we indeed? Vicky Gravel threw this into me. Gareth A. Davis, friend of the pod favourite, no less, was getting roasted by Bob Arum. Let's hear what Arum had to say about the Gad.
Gareth, I got to ask you a question. Where are you now?
I'm in the Wembley Hilton.
Okay. You're in England, right?
I am.
Right. And it's evening, right?
It's 10 o'clock, yeah.
What are you wearing the fucking sunglasses for?
He's been dug out by Bob. Oh, Bob. Where are your shades?
I left them in the room. I left them in the Wembley Hilton.
So,
no, I'm wearing my shades. They're glasses, actually, believe it or not. And I've got several shades of those glasses, as you know.
If anyone's going to roast you, though, you take it off Bob Arum, surely.
Of course I do, you know. But he doesn't know Bob, you don't know shit about sunglasses. No, listen, I'll take it from Bob every day of the week.
That was a good call, wasn't it?
If he were to cut his hair like 2 inches shorter, he'd be a perfect candidate for men who look like middleagedlesbians.com.
Bono's mom. Said that before.
Bono's brother, man, Jesus. Bob fucking skewered him into the way.
What are you doing with the fucking sunglasses, you fucking jerk?
You fucking jerk off.
Ah, good old Gad.
Years ago, Caitlyn Jenner was on there when, still Bruce. Prescient in its own way.
Good old Gad. Never know where he might turn up. Maybe he'll be at the fight next week. Anyway, let's get on to the Bellew of the Weeks, episode 443. Aaron Beach has nominated Tony Bellew of the Week for cocksucking, changed the game by rematch king. Tony tweeted out, AJ carries himself like a proper man and a fighter. No excuses and gives credit where it's due. The man has dodged no one in his career. What he created in that venue last night was amazing. The crazy thing is he made it normal to pack out stadiums. He changed the game.
Woo!
There's the two words again. Game changed.
Haven't you guys been filling stadiums for fights for like close to a half century?
Kawasaki Kessler did like 60,000 at the Millennium.
But he's made it normal, mates. Made it normal.
Wasn't the Frotch Groves rematch? Didn't that do like 60,000, 70,000?
Frank Bruno beat Oliver McCall in front of his, what was it, 60, 80,000 at Wembley before fucking Carl Frost did.
Yeah. So what we're saying here is Tony Bellew was talking absolute shit. Well, here's a turn up for
us.
Shot Clara.
And the sky is blue. Onwards we go.
Bears shitting in woods around the world as we speak. Let's go on to the next one here. Tyrone McKenna. He's given a shout out to the Medical Hair Centre. New sapphire blade hair transplant for Tyrone. Full hair transplant, £1,999. No hidden charges, Rob.
Well, look, I am surprised. I did not know the market was so rich for fucking hairline transplants. In boxing, there's like 4 or 5 different companies. You got the British Hair Clinic, gethair.co.uk, and who are these fellas? Microblade Hair.
Remember when your fighters had like no teeth and broken noses and stuff like that? They're worried about fixing their hair.
Blades of Glory. This is fucking unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. Tyrone McKenna he wasn't even bald.
That's what I couldn't understand either.
And he'll never be.
He looks the same as he always did.
Fucking Mario Barrios to get his hair
Burt Reynolds.
You stay at that.
Oh, Craig alerted us to that one. Take Ames, who was in the chat earlier, was nominated this. Lad Bible, who should be the next James Bond. Idris Virgo jumped in and said, me. So he's giving up the boxing to pursue a career as becoming James
Someone tell
Bond.
that fool he's not Idris Elba.
There's a Anthony Joshua signed glove for £180 from Wakefield, England on Facebook. Ben Thorne sent this in. Dave Titch Clark says, I'll swap you for my signed Fred West shovel. People forget so soon. Poor AJ.
Oh, dearie me.
Oh, that was a good one. First one here. Mohamed Mia. Tim Boxeo, heavyweight Chris Lovejoy, 19-1, 19 KOs, returns to the ring tomorrow in Tijuana, promoted by Repo Rick's Whoop Dat As Promotions.
Well, I tell you,
I believe he won.
I had a look into Repo Rick's Whoop That Ass Promotions, and I found Repo Rick's Twitter page, and he hasn't tweeted since 2013 or something, but the last tweet was, pay my child support. So this fucking company's going places. Let me tell you, whoop that ass promotions. Whoop, there it is.
My guess is from the looks of the picture that Lovejoy is going to be getting paid in a combination of bacon and repossessed vehicles. Like, yeah, I got 50 pounds of bacon for you and an 88 Brom.
Well, it just goes to show you guys, you know what I mean, in boxing, everybody loves the underdog story. And just a couple of months ago, Christopher Lovejoy was sitting in his car, fucking thrown in the trash by Don King.
Yes.
And we thought the only way was down, but now he's in Tijuana fighting on Repo Rick's Whoop That Ass promotion. So anything is possible.
Yeah,
never give up.
This isn't an underdog story. This is a hot dog story.
Just talking about that ass, by the way, right? I don't know if anybody's seen Serafina's Instagram during the week there, right? Oh, yeah, indeed. But she was at the Jaguars game last week, Ozzy. I don't know if you've seen it, mate, right?
A cougar at the Jaguars.
I know exactly. But hear this one. So apparently, see, Jaguar Stadium, actually, they've actually got an area for the VIPs with a swimming pool up in the stands and that. And she's up and about. That ass, man. Jesus, mother
Really?
God.
Oh, that ass promotions, baby.
That ass.
Brutalmente honesto.
Oh, mate, hell's fire, have no breath. Jesus.
Sarah,
Christ.
last scene, dancing in the Triller crowd. Tim Boxeo here. Matty is in the chat. Let's get it, he says. Go ahead, Matt.
If you look at that picture of Lovejoy, it kind of looks like a surprised person from his nipples and his belly button.
3:14 he weighed in at, Mr. Lovejoy. 3:14. He knocked the guy out in 25 seconds, I think it was.
Did he sit on him?
I'm not surprised. That guy thought he was just posing for a photograph with him. He didn't know he had to fight him.
That's the guy who puts the ring up, isn't it?
Whoop that ass promotions. Repo Rick. Coming to Repo your fucking shit. Oh my God.
Is that Jose that cleans up after the donkey show?
Mercurial One nominated him as well. He is good fun, Lovejoy, to be fair. I sent him a tweet saying something about first to the buffet, and he did respond in good humour, so he doesn't take himself too seriously. As you would suppose if you look like that.
in times of these inflations, you got to go to the buffet and you got to like line your pockets with plastic bags and take some to go. I mean, shit's getting crazy.
I'm sure you do that anyway. Anyway, you got to take something for lunch as well, Matty. Come on, man.
They want you to take the rolls.
Michael Benson tweeted out, Canelo has revealed that he plans to continue fighting for 7 more years. Anthony 874, various numbers, says, must be a new low-key drug on the market. Tell him to come fight Eubank or Ben at Wembley at Canelo. We'll show him what 100,000 fight fans sounds like. We don't need no neutrals to fill our stadiums, but we all know he's too scared to fight in the UK, just like Floyd was. They are, Andy. 100,000 fans are up to now.
Oh, wow. It says that the Seville calculator was something the fans went to you for cup final back in, what was it, 03?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not your tax code or anything like that. No, it's that we're scared to fucking fight your second generation rejects.
There's look fucking Tim Boxell. I just paid for Whoop That Ass tracksuit directly from Repo. What a man! What a man!
Yeah, well, I wouldn't hold me breath on that one arriving.
Congratulations there, Tim. You just paid for some of Lovejoy's purse there.
Yeah, shout out to Tim again. By the way, he keeps me informed and up to date with all these free boxing events on YouTube and Facebook, and that's what then you pay for BT and Sky and that. Fuck your mainstream.
Go and listen to the Tim Boxeo podcast. Well worth a listen for Tim. Good to see him in the chat. Umar says, I've got all the time in the world for Johnny Nelson, but he really does come out with some bizarre boxing opinions. Toby has nominated him here, saying that U6 an average southpaw.
Average southpaw, guys. But he's an average southpaw, but he's a great cruiserweight. Did you catch that? Oh my God. Yeah. Johnny Bag Nelson. My God, what is it with him? And listen, fair play to Adam Smith, by the way. And you know, it looked like he was just about to take a shite actually right there in front of him. He's like, "What, Johnny? What? Really?" And there you go. This is a guy, by the way. Was it? He says the Povetkin knockout against White was like a lucky punch. It was luck. What else has he dropped in there? Bellew's technically better than Usyk. I mean, these hot takes, man, are just like outrageously bad. So I think it's if it wasn't for the demo, basically for the box ticking at Sky and that, he'd be out the fucking door.
Bellew technically better than Usyk was one of the Bellews of the fucking century. That was absolutely unbelievable. Technically better than Usyk. That what? A catchphrase.
Hey, Hey, Rob, Bellew outboxed Usyk for the first 6 rounds. You know, have you not got the memo?
He did. I was actually fucking sending the memo out, trying to wind the boys up in the chat at the time, if you remember.
Bean. Jamie C has nominated this one. There's this week's Bellew of the Week winner, CH. Dominic Ingle. Does Usyk beat Johnny at cruiserweight? No, because the mystique of Usyk's southpaw style wouldn't be kryptonite to Johnny Nelson. He was well versed with dealing with that style. And Prime Naz versus Prime Floyd. Who wins? Dominic Ingle says, I don't think Naz ever reached his potential, whereas Floyd did. The best version of each. I think Naz. There's a couple of crackers there from Ingle.
Has Ingle been doing for a walk down the park and found a crack pipeline about the side of the taste or something?
Well, I was wondering if those were within hours of each other or something. Like, it sounds like they were came up with those when he was on a similar high.
Hey, Dominic, how do you think these two fellas that fought in your gym would do against these two all-time greats? Well, that's a tricky one.
Look at Steve. We were talking about Barrera Morales, for example. Look at fucking Barrera did to him. And what was the one thing he got put against Naz? That he never fought the best opponents at the right time. Kevin Kelly, great fight, but he went to hell and back with him, who's a guy who was washed, basically, wasn't he?
Kevin Kelly's fought for another 10 years, too.
Yeah, that's right. He got knocked out by Morales and Barrera, I think, after the Naz fight.
He did.
Yeah.
Good fighter, Kevin Kelly.
Oh, Kevin Kelly was a good fighter. Yeah,
still one of the best 4-round fights you'll ever fucking watch.
Great fight.
Amazing fight.
Yeah,
amazing fight.
We should do that for Punches from the Past in future.
Yeah, let's do that.
Should do. Johnny Nelson. Like I said, I don't want to shit on Johnny. He had a good reign, but I'll tell you what, some historical revisionism has gone on with his career since, man. Mainly pushed by Sky and social media. Johnny fought some shit opponents, man. He had some terrible defenses of that. They go on about longest running. He was a champion and all.
WBO cruiserweight fucking champion at the time. It was hardly a fucking sought after belt. Like, was it the
completely
WBO
irrelevant?
I would defy anybody on this panel and anybody listening or who is going to listen to us to go watch Johnny Nelson attempt to fight Carlos De Leon. And if you can make it past the fucking first 4 rounds, you are better than man than me, or a woman than me, to fucking watch that shit, because that was fucking...
Probably doesn't tell Woolhouse about that one. When he's talking about his past fights, probably skips over that one for Woolhouse.
Fucking dire stuff.
It is a bit of a stab in the back. Like, I do feel like I'm shitting on him, but I mean, it's such historical revisionism. He was on ITV4 fighting guys like Rudiger May, and they can say he was a champion for 10 years or whatever it was, but it was a proper forgettable reign. And at the time, nobody was talking about him fighting Roy Jones and all this that they say now, and how would he have got on against somebody else.
What a Tyson at one stage, didn't he?
Enzo Maccarinelli was the fight I always remember they were going to put him in with. That was the fight they always talked about.
I remember how excited you guys were for Hay against Maccarinelli, and then it was just fucking 2 rounds, just blistering, getting the shit kicked out of you.
He actually sold that pretty perfectly, because he tried to make it out that he was struggling with the weight, and Frank Warren was eager to get that fight made. It was no long after he fought Mormick, I think, actually, and they made that Enzo fight.
Wasn't that to unify the whole division? Wasn't that for all 4 belts, maybe?
He never, it was one belt he never picked up.
Wasn't all of them?
It was the IBF. Who was it? Was it
is that an Italian dude, or was it the Pole? Yeah, Wlodarczyk or
Diablo.
Yeah, because he fought Cunningham twice, didn't he?
Wlodarczyk, yeah, sounds like me on a Monday morning.
But the thing was, though, with the Maccarinelli fight, they played a blinder, didn't they? Because didn't Hay move up to heavyweight in between or something? I think he beat Thomas Bonin, and then they said that he couldn't make cruiser anymore, and then Frank thought that Enzo was getting a weight drained version. There was a little scheme, wasn't there, went on?
Yeah, I think Hay played the psyops here pretty well,
Yeah. I think I'm remembering that correctly. No, Enzo absolutely is a good guy, Danny. You're completely right. But
we could get Enzo back on the pod, actually, to talk about that fight, hopefully.
Enzo came on before he was about to fly out to fight Jürgen Bremer. I think it was Jürgen Bremer, wasn't it?
No, it was Roy Jones, mate.
All right.
It was Roy Jones,
Close mate of mine.
Close mate. Right, Ben Davison has been nominated by JJ Laselva. Analysis is the critical starting point for strategic planning. There he is with his little sponsors, his laptop.
Can we just say,
Fuck
man,
off, man.
he's obviously just turned to his mate, hey, listen, mate, go and take a picture of me. So, and then I'm going to Google something to see if I can think of something smart here about the type out here. Don't worry about
Here,
it.
Ben, get the sponsors. Wow Hydrate. Can you see it? Can you see it? Just move it a bit to the left. Can you see
Can you
it?
think Can you think about like Ray Arcel, Manny Stewart, Eddie Futchall sitting there going, "What's the critical starting point to training this fighter?" Fuck off, man.
You trying to work for Goldman Sachs or something?
Hey, I was
Power.
talking to Stevie last night about Goldman Sachs, actually, believe it or not.
Oh, yeah, we ended up off air having talks about frigging index fund investing and stuff. At midnight.
Pay to our subscribers, fucking whip your fucking checks out. Yeah.
Cryptocurrency and everything.
It's like he's looking at the laptop going, do you know what would really help turn around your career? A good PowerPoint presentation. I got some good logos here. Critical starting point.
Steve Wellens, the Wolf of Wolverhampton. I mean, the Wolf of Wall
Boom, says Ben, refreshing his illegal stream.
Fuck's sake, yeah. Trying to get the VPN for the Fire Stick.
Exactly. Oh, God. Yeah, here he is again. Yes, we had this one earlier. MDMA Mick at Smiggers Titties, who's doing some good work over on Twitter, has nominated the Gad for being called out on his shades by Bob. Mr. Anderson has nominated this one from quite a while ago, actually. Sergio Mora wrote, the fine print on Wilder's contract and the fine boxing by Usyk have now undisputedly altered the heavyweight championship history. And Juan B. Forever said this altered boxing history and brought up a tweet from Sergio Mora back from August 2015. Fans in Brooklyn keep asking me what I told Daniel Jacobs when he went down. I said, how's that cancer, motherfucker?
Oh, that's ice fucking cold. That's ice fucking cold.
That's a skeleton he probably would have rather kept in the cupboard.
That's an ice cold fucking response with James Harrison type stare. Hey, Aussie, fucking hell, man.
I thought he was going to, he said the fine print on Wilder's contract and the fine boxing. I thought he was going to go fine ass Serafina, change boxing forever.
Dick Hercules says, in honour of Danny Jacobs' fighting style, let's all look back upon and admire the greatest deleted tweet of all time. No doubt Mora got rid of it. Danny Young has nominated Scotty_JL. Scotty is a troll. I know he listens to the pod and everything, so we'll maybe let him off with this one. I think he was doing a bit of light-hearted trolling to Sky Sports. MDMA Mick has nominated Magic MUFC. BBB says, to call disrespect and show exactly what to Liam Taylor seems odd. He is a decent domestic level fighter who was admittedly in over his head tonight. And Magic says, exactly, you've answered the question. Taylor is domestic class. Conor Benn is a level above Avanesian belt-wise. Ben is the undefeated WBA Continental Welterweight Champion. Is better than Avanesian's European belt and 3 losses.
That's good bad troll.
Ozzy must be chewing right now.
Hey, hold on. Isn't Europe a continent? So, at the very least, they're equal.
Oh, mate.
That guy can fuck off.
Oh, it's stuff like this, though. It really riles me because what the fuck is he on about? What is he on about? Just because Ben is undefeated and has got a fucking WBA bauble belt, that makes him better than a legitimate European title holder. Oh, and he's lost 3 times as well. He's just one of these. I mean, look at that. He hides behind. I mean, who the fuck is that in his profile picture for a start? He's one of these that he's not got a clue whatsoever. But it's the people that is the people that Hearner's attracted now, and this is what people think. You know, big padded records clearly mean you're a better fighter, particularly if you hold the WBA Continental belt as well.
What do you have against the silver Bruce Lee Memorial belt? What the fuck?
Nothing, mate. It's just not better than the European title belt.
Just ignore them. Smido throwing in a vital one here this week. This could be the winner, actually. Having a go at Sky Sports for describing Newark as being in Northamptonshire when it's in fact in Nottinghamshire, says Smido. So this is an important one from Smid that could change the game, possibly. Newark's location. Let's see what else we've got here. Oh, here we go.
I thought Smido was just giving out locations where they're holding race meets.
Where he's picking up gravel. There's Chris LDCD Boxing. What the fuck is this shit? We spoke about this, Andy, last night, man. I mean, what the hell were they doing with the heat map of where the people were in the ring? Look at the blue. Is that it? Is that the guys walking into the ring at the beginning on their ring walks? Look at the bottom.
And he just thought that looked like a fucking Rangers away top. He did when he seen it.
It is as well. Look,
I thought
do you know
that
what the
was
worst thing about that is? Do you know the way fucking casuals use punch stats all the time when they're fucking? They'd be like, the fucking heat map says the fucking blue. We had him in the fucking center of the ring all day. 20-foot ring with a fucking heat map, man. Give me a fucking break.
It does, man. It heat maps them walking into the ring. Look at the red at the top and the blue.
I thought that was a flat earther interpretation of how the cold gets out and the warm gets out.
Steve, look at the other two corners of the fucking ring. It's pure white. So did they not find that corner? As you say, did they just like the red and the blue just get mark up? So that was when they're bounced up doing the ring before the introductions. What the fuck? You know, there's
it's just
it's the shittest graphic of all time as well. Look at the way they did it with the little fucking
shite immediately.
Like a shitty game of Tetris is fucked up. Look at the way they did it. It's not even. Oh man.
We said last night though, Rob, in football you can kind of understand the statistical reasoning behind it, sort of. But in boxing, what could you possibly glean from that?
But that's what I'm saying. The two of them are in there. So what the fuck? One of them's going to win and one of them's going to lose. What the fuck do we need this for? Like, fucking stupid. Oh my god, I had a nightmare with that. Like, that's a fucking nightmare. Jesus Christ, between the fucking Eubank fight going and getting canned and the heat map, man, they're having a fucking stinker at the start. That's what had never happened under Eddie. Even Ed.
And this is a climatologist guess what the Earth will look like in 2052.
Crisis, Guy Sports boxing crisis.
Atlantis is just in the middle there. You can see it fucking sort of coming back up.
Oh my goodness. Dr. Joseph Ajao has been nominated by Gavin Stevens. If given the opportunity, I can metamorphose and transform Anthony Olafemi Joshua to beat Usyk. I have the boxing technical know-how to permanently fix AJ. Trust me. Unfortunately, AJ's team has yet to get in touch with the doc.
Well, listen, I think it's fucking worth the punt. Fuck it, man. We all want to see the good doctor get a shot at fucking coaching AJ. This has been bubbling for a couple of years. He's been giving out tutorials. He's back in the garage now, as it seems. So he's not giving away all his tricks, like or all his movement clearly in his tutorial videos. But I think this is a move that would be good for AJ. Like,
but for a 25-minute brief intro on what he would do, you can check out his voice comment on our YouTube page.
Dr. Joseph Ajao, THD DMT. That's the fucking future wave.
OG.
Anthony. Danny Young talking about the heat map. Looks like a game of Minesweeper on Windows 95. My God, that takes me back. Oh, good old Minesweeper. Anyway, who's this? This is Brian King has nominated Mauricio Bernal, who said Pernell Whitaker is so overrated. Yes, extremely elusive, but didn't come back with anything. No offense at all. And we caused some offense to Mauricio, and he blocked the account, Rob.
Fucking hell. Nothing coming back from Sweet Pea Whitaker, you fucking prick. Oh my god. I hate these fellas that learn fucking about boxing from watching fucking the fucking boxing compilation fucking highlight clips always have like the shittiest fucking down south hip hop soundtracks in the background.
Sounds like Triller.
Yeah, you see Pernell Whitaker like fucking, and this fella's decided that if Pernell Whitaker doesn't throw enough back for his liking, what a fucking asshole, man. Greatest fighters ever lived, you fucking shithead. Oh.
There's Mauricio. Yeah, he blocked us after we laughed at him. Quite a few people nominated John Earl, who said, Ben versus Usyk, aim high. Genuinely think you'd demolish him. None of the playing for points. Not taking the piss here, being completely serious.
John Earl, James Earl Jones, young fella. He's, Jesus, that's shocking, isn't it? Like, what's he watching him? Ben versus Usyk.
I've never been that high.
Nigel Benn Sr. and Nigel Benn Jr. wouldn't, or fucking Conor Benn wouldn't have a chance of fucking versus Usyk. Like, fuck me.
And that is all the ones that I have. I got many more sent in, but didn't manage to get them cut. So there's a few decent front runners for me. I enjoyed Christopher Lovejoy's antics this week of becoming all fat. I like Ben Thorns' one for Dave Titch Clark. Where is Lovejoy? There he is. British Hair Clinic. We're getting a shout out, or whatever the hair clinic rival were. Dr. Joseph Ajao was quite a strong one as well. And then obviously we had Mauricio Bernal coming in at the end. But I think the heat map might be the one for me. But let's hear what the other boys have got first of all. Starting with you, Andy. Any nominations?
Yeah, Alan Thompson. I got it. He didn't cut, mate. What the fucking...
It wouldn't cut
that, Steve.
It wouldn't cut. It wouldn't let me.
Cut the one of them scoring about 10 goals against Rangers. Cut that one.
I tell you
in your own time, boys. In your own time, please.
In your own time, of course. But I wish to retort to that one, Steve, if you may. You know, remember the Celtic fans back in the day calling for England to call up Mr. Alan Thompson, a country they absolutely despise and detest. And what happens? He gets called up in the last 45 minutes against Sweden, never be seen again.
Listen, don't worry about what his international performance was. Just remember those fucking tears that he fucking gave us over the years.
Tears, mate. It gave me unbridled joy because remember that last game of the season when he put the penalty over the fucking crossbar. And we won 5-1.
He's got lucky that year. That was a lucky punch.
And Chris Sutton saying, "Oh, we knew of him."
Lie down. Yeah, exactly. He's right.
Anyways,
Sonny always right.
Alan Thompson. On your own time, Rob. Alan Thompson.
Actually, have an inside scoop on that. I'll give you after the fucking pod.
But Alan Thompson in his car yesterday, probably half cut, fucking singing to Rocky Balboa's fucking Eye of the Tiger. He's going in there to fight some band member for fucking Blue. Takes a straight left hand and gets fucking iced. So that was glorious to see. And the old Teds get the 3 points this weekend as well. So I'm happy with that one, mate. It's been quite quiet for me as well. Johnny's average Southpaw Nelson, I think he's going to take it for me this week, though, because that's just hot. That's trying to be edgy for no fucking reason, rather just to fucking put a different spin on matters and rewrite history, because that's 3 attempts now he's had at fucking doing something like this. So Johnny Bag Nelson for me this week.
Jason Chahal says it has to be the Bob father on Gad. Danny Young thinks it's Sergio Mora's one. That was a bad one. That was a bad one too, man.
I kind of laugh at that shit these days.
That's a bad one.
What's the date on that tweet, Steve? Just so
it was the 2nd of August, 2015.
Nice. See, that's just when the edgy stuff was coming out of Twitter and that, you know.
Yeah.
Danny Jacobs is going to retort. How's that cancel, motherfucker?
Exactly. Cancer culture. Okay, so Andy's thrown all his in. Ozzy, have you got any nominations?
I don't, not this week.
No problem. Nothing from Ozzy this week. Matty, anything from you?
You know, I have to think that considering the amount of money that they invested into it and the outcome, we have to give a nod to Triller for the Lopez Cambosis fiasco and the way that they've handled it. If of all this stuff that's going on that we've mentioned, none of them is creeping up towards, $10 million in losses. I know they're not quite there, but and after everything that they've experienced, I think that we should all take the chance to laugh at them and their just absolute horrible business sense. I mean, how many people have we seen come in saying they're going to change the game of boxing and just throw money at it and fail? The only person who succeeded is Al Heyman. Praise be.
Well, I suppose talking to people trying to change the game and take over boxing, you could add in this fella, Matty.
These other networks and platforms are going to be looking at boxing like HBO did. I expect Showtime to leave the sport in 12 months because it's too ferocious, it's too competitive, that people like, not Stephen Espinosa, but the people above him will look at boxing and go, this is expensive, and I'm not sure it's generating the business that we need it to. Just like HBO did. It wasn't a decision of Peter Nelson, it was just the bosses looked at it and said, this market's gone crazy, everything's too expensive, and we're not delivering the numbers. So goodbye.
Bob Arum, he said the same thing. Yeah, but Showtime might be.
I think Bob Arum's right. I think Showtime have a very limited future in boxing.
Play that Charlo clip, Steve.
Nailed it.
So there's this one.
So in 10 days' time, touch wood, DAZN have the entire roster of middleweight world champions. So people like Charlo, you've no fights for you. If you want to be a world middleweight champion, you better join DAZN ASAP.
It aged like a body under the floorboards, that one, didn't it?
Nailed it.
Speaking of Fred West Shovel.
Stop digging, Eddie. You don't know what you can find down there, mate. Jesus fucking. That is the best. That is the best one ever, actually. The fucking balls of that man. Jesus fucking Christ.
Too ferocious, too competitive,
too relentless, mate. That's what I entitled my book. Relentless Eddie Hills. Sorry, Eddie Hill.
Okay, so yeah, it turned out to be quite a strong week, actually. The guys in the chat are completely divided. Andy's thrown his down. Rob, have you got any nominations, first of all?
Oh, man, there was one doing the rounds. I'm sure you didn't get a chance to cut it. It was Frotch. Frotch looking particularly alert last week before the Joshua Usyk fight and was being asked questions. Then he looked a bit paranoid. And then he looked a bit kind of like his heart was beating fast. So it was very interesting watching. I don't know how his Saturday night was going, but clearly he was excited about something. So that was interesting watching. And then I was falling asleep listening to fucking old school Bill Cooper YouTube videos, and you know the ads like on YouTube.
Ooh,
yeah,
wow.
you know the ads on YouTube. Like I could hear Bill Cooper's voice talking about the fucking independent totalitarian socialist one world government, and next minute I hear some kind of fucking hip hop music, and I can hear this voice going, "If you want to win prizes, go to Blitz 21. You could win a Rolex." It was Floyd, he's back, man, hawking things in the middle of the night on YouTube ads with Blitz 21 casinos. He goes, "You can win gifts like jewelry, like a Rolex." You can tell the cut's just making it up, and your man's in the background going, "Shut up, man, we don't have a Rolex." So that one from Floyd, and of course, my main man, what's his name? It's not Bitcoin Rodney, Repo Rick, who when I looked into Whoop That Ass Promotions, his last tweet said, "Someone pay my child support." So, you know what I mean? Hopefully he's on the way to him and Chris Lovejoy are getting out of those fucking cars and getting back to fucking,
This
an
kid's
apartment
got
at
to
least or
eat.
something. You know what I mean? Whoop That Ass Promotions. Who's next? Who next?
Who next?
Maybe actually they could fucking do a teaming up with Sky on a Saturday night, to be honest with you. Fuck Boxer. Get Whoop That Ass in there. Bitcoin Rodney and Repo Rick. So yeah, I think a Triller get a special mention as well. Like fucking Bob Arum, the Bob father. I think fucking Rolly Chahal might be right there with Bob Arum going for the guy. "Take the fucking sunglasses, fucking 10 p.m. at night, you fucking whack off." He's had the last laugh, hasn't he? Tia Fremo's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go to Triller, they're gonna pay me 10 million. And Bob Arum's like, "Sure they are, you fucking jerk off." So
You fucking homosexual.
Tia
Still
Fremo's had a
sharp at 90.
fucking absolute mare, hasn't he, since he beat Lomachenko? Like, had an absolute shocker. Like,
90-year-old, man.
has.
90-year-old, and he's
Oh
making
man,
it
he
all
was
out
the
of place.
man. He was the man for about 6 minutes. He was the man shit hot after dethroning Lomachenko, beating him decisively. The world's your fucking oyster. What do you do? Go to the fella who were putting on the rap battles to take a career to the next level and leave Bob Arum. Like, unbelievable. So he's had a mare there, hasn't he? Like, but I can't think of any other ones. Like,
I've got to think one, Steve,
Some
before we
crap.
bring
So
Ozzy
just
in,
before
mate.
you play yours, Andy, hang on. Rob mentioned Floyd there on the advertisements, and it brought me to mind one that we haven't played in a while. I think it's only fitting here we drop this in.
Hi, I'm Floyd Mayweather. Call Love Windows right now. 0800-6444-644.
Love Windows presents triple glazed windows, only $299 each. Any size, fully fitted, and a 15 years guarantee.
Call Love Windows right now at 0800-6444-644. Remember, call right now.
One of the greatest fighters of all time, advertising a UK double glazing company. Sorry, triple glazing.
Steve, if you're always working, you ain't never gonna be broke.
15 years guarantee.
Struggling to read the auto cue as well. Motherfucker.
Sorry, Andy, go ahead, man.
Aye, just before you bring Ozzy in, I forgot to add in the picture of George Groves last night. I know he's had a hair transplant as well. We were talking about all these artifacts and shit. But if that's a hair transplant, by the way, he needs to get a fucking refund, because that looked like more a syrup than a fucking transplant. Like, it just looked like it was just sitting there, on his fucking napper. So he's looking like he's living well as well. So he's
Tyrone
get the sapphire blade. He's got the sapphire blade.
Fucking Tyrone McKenna could put his hair in a ponytail and he's going for a fucking hair transplant. What the fuck is going on?
I can remember George Groves having the crop ginger curly hair. Right? Look at him now, by the way.
How do you know it was on his head and he didn't lose his pubes to crabs?
Didn't Groves have the maddest tattoos too, like the gingerbread man and a fucking magnet and stuff tattooed on his arms? Remember?
Yeah. Fuck yeah, that hairdo, Jesus.
Right.
Could anyone? Is Tyrone McKenna just let on his ball to get the sponsorship or something? What's going on here? Like, he has hair. Like, what the fuck is going on?
I don't understand it either.
I just think we should
allow. Who's next? We have to take odds on who's next to get the fuck.
We should get sponsors. We put up these dumb ads for these companies all the time. There's no reason we can't put them up for our own profit. I don't see the damn difference.
Me and Andy can come with afros one weekend, Andy.
Oh, Steve, that was the one. That's another one.
Who's Eddie's one? That's what I want to know. Which one has Eddie got? He's got a fair barn.
Oh, give me a second. I've got a late one, Steve. Did you not get that one in the picture? The guy who had that fucking hairdo. I sent you one yesterday.
Oh yeah, flip! I didn't cut it. I had the Frotch one Rob mentioned as well. I didn't cut that either.
If I put the link in
so
here,
many of them. Sorry.
There's a link there, right?
Right.
See if you can cut it for us and put it up. It can only do justice if you actually read it, because state of that fucking hairdo, like, and that's what happened. He got iced pretty brutally. That was one of the fights I was watching during undercard, the fucking Sky, right? So I watched this thing in Italy. If you can get that up.
When was the last time you could style your hair?
I was 11 or 12.
Fuck.
Yeah.
What the hell did the universe have against you having a lush head of hair?
If Andy goes for the British Hair Clinic, man, it's going to be someday.
You look like him on the left.
Show up on a live pod with a full head. Look at this fella, man. Basically, fucking hell. I try to say goodbye, but I choke.
Oh my god!
This is that can only do justice if you watch it on the YouTube link. You actually need to, if you listen on the podcast, jump to YouTube and watch it, because this is fucking incredible. It's like the best thing I can describe it, it's like Khabib Nurmagomedov's hat that he wears, like Africa. That's what it's like, that hairdo. Like, it's incredible.
Carlos Valderrama.
The great thing is you have a place to put your keys if you don't wear anything with pockets.
Right, final one I'm going to throw in before we do our picks and get the hell out of here for another evening. Where a friend of the pod, Father Dave, has been in a bit of trouble this week, so let's celebrate with our favourite, our favourite intro.
Here comes Father Dave, led out by Tony O'Loughlin. My goodness, Tony, I've known him since the 80s. God love him. He's been a great trainer in the Sydney region for a long, long time.
The punching priest, Father Dave. Tell you what, isn't that some entrance? He's actually a priest.
Yeah. At the veteran boxes, he always opens up the veteran boxes. The
all right, ladies and gentlemen, let's introduce you to the two.
I'll never get over that one. He's actually a priest.
He's a priest, you know.
He's a priest, mate. You know.
How is that on TV in any country?
There's a guy coming out here. His name is Father Dave. He's coming out to Glory, Glory, Hallelujah. He's actually a priest, you know.
If you would have
fight before that fucking commentary,
if you would have just
Dave is sticking it to the establishment now in the name of the Lord. He's refusing to wear his mask in Australia, and he's been hit with €1,000 fine. He might have to go to jail, Father Dave, unfortunately. So. He's sticking to his principles, and he's, in fairness to him, he beat a brain hemorrhage before, so he came back to fight professionally. So he's been through worse. So
it's
he might have to fight a rectal hemorrhage if he ends up in jail.
Bless you, Father, for you have sinned.
Poor old Dave, man, yeah. Be the greatest prison fighter since James Scott. I tell you what, with that brain injury, I'm surprised.
I pity the rapist that's going to try Father Dave in jail. Get his jaw fucking broke.
He'd be grabbing him like Wild Bill in the clinch. Oh dear, there we are. We have a laugh, if nothing else, on a Sunday evening for you, everybody. Let's go around all the panel members and find out who's picking who. If you've already given me a pick, I apologise, I've forgotten already. Ozzy, first one for you, episode 443. Who are you going for?
That Pillock who said Conor Ben's WBA belt was better than Avanesian's EBU and 3 losses.
That's Magic Mamba.
That's good about troll.
That Magic Mamba. No worries, we'll throw him in.
Okay. Magic Mamba is one of Repo Rick's fucking arch villains, arch nemesis.
Black Mamba. Magic Mamba is getting a nomination. Then Andy, who are you going for again?
Who was it? It wasn't Bob Arum. Who the fuck was it?
I can't remember. You did pick one already, didn't you? I can't remember.
Did I? Who was it? Fuck, I forgot.
Let's have a look. We got Love. Wasn't Lovejoy?
No.
Wasn't Mauricio Bernal? Wasn't Dr. Joseph?
No.
Wasn't Smido's game-changing geography correction?
What the fuck was it?
Wasn't that one? Mora Cancer? Wasn't the guard with sunglasses? Ben Davis?
Was it not the Was it not the heat map?
That was me. I went for the heat maps. That was me.
Oh, wasn't it? Who the fuck was it, man? Is there not in there? No, keep going, mate.
Terrell McKenna.
No.
McKenna.
Value.
No, it was McKenna because we went over it again.
No, it wasn't it, mate. It wasn't McKenna. No, who the fuck
wasn't one of your own that you picked, was it?
Was this guy? Was this guy? Wasn't it?
That's fucking outrageous.
Rewind back to the podcast.
Rewind it back, I mean, who the fuck it was? Oh my god, who the fuck was it? I'll go for Bob Arum, man, for Vincent Gareth Davis. I'll change my fucking vote.
Danny says, was it Johnny Nelson?
It was Johnny Nelson. Johnny Nelson, average.
For the UC comment.
Aye, that's it. Cheers, Danny.
Well done,
Mads Ramsey there is a late front runner, though, isn't he? With the farm there, fucking hell, farm of the year.
Gotta be racist, mate.
Yes,
you're right, Danny, for saying UC was an average southpaw. There you go. Okay, Matty.
Oh shit, man! I had one. It was the fucking. Did you? It's no good without the graphic. Like I should have sent it in. It was in the chat. It was the Australian TV network announced the latest fucking members of SAS Australia, and it was like
Ebony Bridges is on it.
Zarafa and all them.
Give me a minute, I'll see if we can get it.
And Ebony Bridges was one of them. But little do they know, it's not fucking really an SAS show. It's just people like Father Dave who haven't fucking worn a mask in Australia. They're just going to round them up, put them in a camp, see how they get out. Like, so it's going to be good going. Seeking the Phoenix rise again, mate. See the Phoenix.
What would be? Zaffa's got no problems traveling this time, eh?
The only way that would be funny is if they made the Aborigines guards.
For fuck's sake! I can't wait to tune into it, and they're all sitting around a campfire at night, like fucking. I'm a celebrity, get me out of here. And Ebony Bridges is just there saying to fucking. I think Jeff Fennick's brother is in it as well. One of the Fennicks is saying to him, "Do you know the Phoenix? It's like rises." Before it was down, but now it's up. That's what I got that for. It's a fucking
rise for the Phoenix.
Oh god, the incels of Twitter will come to her rescue.
They need her on I'm a Celeb, man, eating cockroaches and all that kind of carry on. That's what they need.
We need to get Anthony Mundine in there as well.
Mundine, why is Mundine not in there, man? Fuck's sake. We need other fella. What's the other fucker?
We've gone down a dark hole, guys. We're talking about who to throw into concentration camps and all.
We need Father Dave in there for number one. We need Jeff Horn. Horn in there. Yeah.
Here's the list. You got Richard Butthose, whoever that is. Ebony Bridges with no makeup.
That's just a job in there you have.
Paul Fennick. Looks like he's just finished a 25-year stretch. Looks like White Delight.
Looks like Chopper.
Yeah, Chopper. You've got Orpheus Pleasure. Melissa Tacout. Looks like she's had more jobs done than Eddie. Michael Zarafa, Melissa Wu, Simone Holtz Nagel. Never heard of half of them.
Steve Zarafa, man. Fucking hell.
The male stripper. Right, anyway, Matty, have you picked anybody yet?
No, why don't you give me the hammer and I'll make sure there's a winner this week.
Oh, right, okay, fair enough. Rob, who are you going for?
It's either Repo Rick making shit happen in Tijuana. I gotta find out. I gotta trace back the steps to how Repo Rick got from someone paying my child support to doing deals in Tijuana. I don't know. Like it looks like it could
evading his child support.
Yeah, it could be a Netflix special there along the lines. Like he teams up with Christopher Lovejoy to dig him out. Like this seems like the worst fucking plan since that fucking Firefest. Repo Rick. So I don't know. He's got stiff competition these days with Bitcoin Rodney floating about as well. So I think I might have to be whoop that ass. But I think Bob Arum just pipped it when he says to the cat, "What do you do with the fucking sunglasses at 10 p.m?" Unbelievable, classic Arum. Like, so I'm gonna go for that one.
Okay, then. So Matty's going to make the decider, episode 443. Rob Kelly has gone for the Gad and Bob Arum combination. Andy has gone for Johnny Nelson for talking about Usyk and his southpaw abilities. Ozzy's gone for Magic Bamba for talking shit about the European title. And I have gone for the dopey heat maps on Sky Boxer. There's 4 for you to choose from, Matty. You can make 1 into a 2 and give us our winner.
We got to go for the Gad on this one.
Got to be the Gad. Congratulations, Gad. You are Bellew the Week winner for episode 443. We shall celebrate with a bit of Gad action.
Yeah. One of the things on my list here to ask you about is you've got a massive tattoos on your legs, yeah? Tell us about the tattoos. All right, there they are. Oh, there we go. Wow.
Yeah, actually, I do.
Tell us about the tattoos.
Okay, well, I mean, I got tattoos on my arms as well, but So I've got a dragon, and I mainly got that one honestly for art. But then I've got the phoenix. I've got to show you this, if you don't mind.
Okay, I'm sure no one will mind.
So that's a phoenix, if you can tell.
Yes, I can see the phoenix. Yeah.
Yep. And that is like, I don't know if you know, obviously everyone knows about a phoenix, but a phoenix is the rise of the phoenix. You rise from the ashes. You know what I mean?
So it's symbolic for you.
It's symbolic. Yeah, definitely. The phoenix is definitely symbolic for me.
Symbolic of what, you fucking dingbat? Just tell us what it means. Yeah, it's really symbolic. You know what I mean? It just it symbolizes. That's why I got it. It's a symbol.
Proper Kirby then, Gareth A. Davis, wasn't he? It's a drool just starting to hang out of his mouth as she stood up in it. Oh yeah, I'm sure no one will mind.
He looked
as
like
his
he was
jaw
gonna
slammed against the desk.
He looked like he was going to run out of minutes there or something. He was like patting it.
Yeah. Oh, mate, I bet you the Garda's got numerous OnlyFans subscriptions to birds showing tattoos and all sorts of shit.
Yes, I see the phoenix.
Oh, well done to the Guard and Bob Arum, especially the Guard for the Bellew of the Week win. At least he can enter in Bellew of the Week at the end of the day.
Jade can't. You know what I'm saying?
Right, I think we'll end it there before we offend anybody else. We've had a good laugh, haven't we? Join us on Saturday evening at some time where either Matty or me or somebody will be in the